Hello, in this video you'll learn how to add and use modifiers. We will take mirror and subdivision as an example. Modifiers are tools that automatically modify your object. The important thing is that they are non-destructive. This means you can add them, adjust them, or remove them at any time. Your original geometry stays editable. First things first, where to find the modifiers. First, select an object, then go to the properties panel, which is this panel over here, and look for the wrench icon, which is this over here, the blue one, and it says modifiers and modifiers properties. Click on this, and this is where all the modifiers for your object are managed. Click on add modifier, and you will see a list of different modifiers that you can add to your object. Now let's start with one of the most useful modifiers called mirror. Go to modifiers, click on add modifier, and search for mirror. Now as you can see, nothing really changed, but Blender is duplicating the object across an axis, and you can see the axis over here. It's either X, Y, or Z. And you can choose also all three of them, but for this example, let's keep it on X axis. Now switch over to edit mode by pressing tab on your keyboard, and make sure that every single vertex of this object is selected, or you can just press A on your keyboard to select every single geometry that there is. Now press G on your keyboard to move the object, and then press X because we want to move this object on an X axis. As you can see, there is suddenly another cube. But this cube is still the same object and it doesn't have any geometry. For example, when we go and edit one side, let's just take this side of this cube and let's scale it down. You can see that the same is happening on the other side. So you're creating two items that are 100% symmetrical. The mirror modifier is extremely useful when modeling symmetrical objects like characters, vehicles, buildings, where you can't really make any mistakes and you need to make sure that the other side is looking exactly the same as the one that you created. Another very popular modifier is subdivision surface. So let's go to the modifiers once again and add the subdivisional surface. As you can see, our cube kind of turned into a sphere, but this sphere, it's not smooth enough. What the modifier does is it adds more geometry and smooths the surface without actually changing any of the vertices. So let's go and increase the levels viewport. As you can see, the cube is getting more and more round to the point that now it looks completely smooth and it looks like the perfect sphere. But if you go to edit mode, you can see that this cube still has only 8 editing points, so 8 different vertices, but it's looking like a round object. So what you can do is you can highlight some of these points over here. Let's actually highlight just the corner and then move it slightly inwards, for example. And as you can see, the cube turned into kind of a pebble, but it's still super smooth and round. So this way actually you can build super complex shapes while still keeping the control and not having to go and edit hundreds of different vertices. Let's go over here and change this back to level 3. So we have plenty of different little squares to create this sphere. So now that we have plenty of these little squares, you might think that, hey, what if I want to go and edit just one of these squares? How can I go and do that? So for that, what you can do is you can go into object mode, select your object and apply the modifier. Now the modifier is applied, which means it's not just cosmetic, but you can actually go and edit every single point. It creates new vertices from the new shape that you have created. Something to also remember is if you use multiple modifiers, their order actually matters. So if you have different ones, make sure that you use them in the correct order depending on which kind of modifiers you use and how you want to use them. Blender applies modifiers from top to bottom. I hope this video was helpful and I earned your subscription to the channel. Take care. Bye bye.